So what we doing today, Kev?
Well, I just stumbled upon a movie yesterday while I was scrolling on my Netflix. You know, nowadays you do more scrolling on Netflix than you do watching the motherfucker. Am I right or am I right?
This nigga right here. Well, I just finished the series yesterday. You might want to watch it. It's called Obliterate. It's good.
That sound like an anime.
Nah, it's a action movie where the U.S. government is trying to stop a bomber, but it's like a comedy. Has a lot of sex in it, and it shows titties and shit. It actually shows nudity, so beware.
I like some titties though, man.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Titties and some big ass.
So we reacting to a movie. I might as well get my snacks. Tight shit, man. But nah, that Obliterate is a good series.
Okay.
The nudity just caught me off guard. That shit was crazy. Them niggas was fucking. It was fucking for real, bro. If you ask me, them niggas was fucking for real.
I mean, I feel like for the most part nowadays they probably really fucking for real. You know what I mean?
Excuse me. Even if you faking, that's just too close to my life.
Nah, if I'm in a movie and I gotta do a sex scene, like I'm fucking.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I ain't on no porn star shit, man, but I'm fucking. But
I do my best sex scene acting when I'm actually in that bitch.
I gotta be killing that pussy.
I do my best work when I'm actually in it.
Nah, I gotta be in that shit for real, baby.
He said, I can't pretend I'm fucking you, baby. I gotta actually do it.
Especially if the bitch look good.
He said, I got what's this shit we getting into, man? What's it called?
We off topic, but it's a new movie. I'm pretty sure y'all done heard of it already. It's called Leave the World Behind. And lately, Netflix been dropping these type of movies lately, like They Clone Tyrone. I know y'all heard of that one. It was a good movie, but nowadays I don't really watch movies solely just for entertainment purposes. I like to look at the hidden messages and subliminals behind these types of movies. But we finna get into this Leave the World Behind movie. I thought it was pretty interesting. So we're gonna get into it in just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's been a minute. I know we took a little break. I know we told y'all niggas that we was finna restart.
Hey, stop saying we. We.
Okay,
This nigga speaking French.
All right. You know I'm Haitian, you know, French is, you know. But we. No.
Don't speak French to these niggas. I'm here. If y'all want to see me every day or every other day record a video, because I'm consistent, go to Blue Guap Heat Zone, my Miami Heat page, where I record Miami Heat videos. I'm there all the time.
CJ doing his thing on that page, by the way. But I ain't trying to come off as a selfish or a hating ass nigga or nothing like that. But we probably would put more content out for y'all niggas if y'all niggas would fucking support the channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If y'all want more content like this.
All right, well, Kevin brought some for us today, so we about to check it out.
Yeah. We finna check this video out. Very interesting movie. I may say so myself. You know what I mean? But let's get into it. Fuck this advertisement.
Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. This episode is an attempt of a re-upload of the Leave the World Behind breakdown video that was taken down yesterday. According to YouTube, the video got taken down because I apparently violated the community guidelines. To me, it is truly strange that this happened to begin with. The video was up and set up for premiere for 10 hours before it was removed. The video didn't seem to have any problems, and some of the members
like
even
Sam,
got to see
bro.
it early release.
Like Sam,
I would say this. In my opinion, it does feel like somebody doesn't want you guys to see this video. Recently, Netflix released a new movie called Leave the World Behind that is currently trending all over social media. The reason this movie is trending is because it tells a shocking story about the end of the world. While there are plenty of movies about the end of the world, the way the world ends in this movie hits differently, as it all seems like a plausible outcome. This movie seems to continue the very theme of an apocalyptic event unfolding. The movie is about a family of 4 who live in New York City, taking a vacation at a luxury home in Long Island they rented through Airbnb. While the family is on their vacation, strange things start to happen, like a massive cargo ship crashing into a beach they were at full speed. While the family was at home later that night, they had an unexpected guest arrive, a man named George and his daughter, who revealed themselves as the owners of the home the family had rented. George and his daughter were seeking safety in their home as they were witnessing strange activities happening in the city. While the wife, played by Julia Roberts, tried to deny George, the husband allowed him to stay, and things only became weirder and weirder. While this was happening, the internet and TV signals started to fail, which left the family in the dark about what was going on. The family discovers the country is being attacked by cyber attacks from opposing countries. These opposing countries launched cyber attacks on the US that led to all that is seen in the movie. The movie ends with Rose, the daughter of the family, finding a doomsday bunker in the basement of the neighbor's home, ending the movie with a cliffhanger. The movie didn't end with a definitive ending, which left many viewers of the movie upset. What these people don't know is that this was done on purpose by the filmmakers, and I will explain exactly why later in this video. Now, before I start revealing the hidden message of this movie, I first need to reveal a few of the facts behind this movie. First, this movie is actually an adaptation of a book by the same name that was released back in 2020. The book was one of 3 books written by Rumen Alum. This is extremely important as we know how the world forever changed in 2020. I don't think this book being released in 2020 about the end was a coincidence at all. Knowing the book was released in 2020, the same year the world forever changed, makes something shown on the movie poster very interesting to me. When we look at the poster for this movie, you will see that they hinted at the world now being different, as on the movie poster it states, there's no going back to normal. It's not hard to notice that everything has been different since 2020, and it doesn't seem like things would ever go back to normal, like it's implied on this cover. Another thing that's interesting about this book is that Barack Obama actually recommended this book, putting it on the list of books people must read in 2021. Obama liked this book so much that he chose to make it into a movie. If you didn't know already, Obama is actually behind the book being turned into a movie, as the production company Higher Ground Productions that produced this movie is owned by Barack and Michelle Obama. What's even more interesting about this was the fact that Obama actually sent over written notes to the...
What'd you say?
That's kind of crazy.
I know, right?
This nigga make movies now?
Barack Obama? I guess he was... He,
Like a producer or something? Executive producer?
No. He liked... He read the book, Leave the World Behind, which is the name of this movie. He liked the book so much, I guess he convinced somebody to turn it into a movie. He liked the book so much.
The director Sam Esmail, helping him make the movie as real as possible. According to Esmail, he thought he had exaggerated the events of the movie to the point where they strayed too far away from what would actually happen in real life if this situation were to actually happen. According to Obama, this wasn't the case at all, as he felt it was only off by a bit, which he helped Sam correct. Sam was actually quoted saying this in an interview back in September. In the original drafts of the script, I definitely pushed things a lot further than they were in the film. And President Obama, having the experience he does have, was able to ground me a little bit on how things might unfold in reality. I am writing what I think is fiction. For the most part, I'm trying to keep it as true to life as possible, but I'm exaggerating and demonstrating. And to hear an ex-president say you're off by a few details, I thought I was off by a lot. The fact that he said that scared the F out of me. This is extremely important, and no one should let it go over their heads. We know Hollywood loves foreshadowing what would happen, and I believe this is exactly what this movie was created for. I hope you're taking notes. This movie is about the end of the old order of life, which is based on a book that was released back in 2020 when the old way of life was actually destroyed. The movie was analyzed and corrected by a former president to make it more accurate. Knowing this is Masonic programming, I knew there would be plenty of occult symbols and references all throughout this movie. The first occult reference
So it
I
ain't
caught
predictive
was
programming,
again on the
it's
poster for the
Masonic
movie.
programming.
Nigga, I don't fucking know. But he about to reach one time, and then after that he gonna be good. But I just thought it was interesting. Do you see, like, in the background of the shit, right? You see all these cars right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of these are Teslas. You'll see.
You look at the top of the poster where the actors' names are presented, you can find a hidden reference to a pagan deity worshipped by many occultists. If you look hard enough at the names, you can spot it there. The names are lined up perfectly to spell out Baal. Baal is a pagan deity, originally worshipped by the Canaanites. Back then, child ritual offering was made to this god for blessings. To this day, occultists worship Baal, and we can clearly see a reference to that in this movie.
That's kind of
There is no way
crazy.
this was done by
It's kind of crazy, right?
That's got crazy.
That shit's insane. Yeah.
Accident. Just like we saw with Balenciaga last year, these occultists are showing praise to the pagan deity they worship. We know this is a reference to the Masonic all-seeing eye. The eyes are also blue, just like the Blue Lodge in Masonry. Another scene with obvious Masonic references is a scene I'm pretty sure most of you guys saw when Mahershala Ali told Julia Roberts that one of his clients told him about a secret meeting that takes place every year during the winter solstice, hosted by the evil cabal that runs the world.
A few years back, one of my clients invited me and my wife to a private event. My client, well, I won't say his name, but you'd recognize it though.
Is he a celebrity?
No, nothing like that. But in the business world, he's one of the biggest out there. So he takes me to his study. Eventually he starts in how much he likes me and how he wishes he could invite me on this trip he's about to go on.
What kind of, where's he going?
That's exactly what I asked. And he turns to me with a serious face. And he says, oh, just my annual meeting with the rest of the evil cabal that runs the world. My friend calls me up. No scheduled appointment like he usually does, just calls me out of the blue. He wants me to move around some of his money. And we're talking some big numbers even for him. And as we're getting off the phone, I asked if he wanted to grab a drink. He tells me he's going away for a while. I joke back to him, oh yeah, you hanging with your evil cabal this weekend? Oh, that was only during the winter solstice. Then he doesn't laugh. And he always laughs, even with bad jokes. All he said was, take care of yourself. Almost as if he felt sorry for me. Conspiracy theory about a shot of people in the world is far too lazy of an explanation, especially when the truth is much scarier. No one is in control.
As you heard for yourself,
What the fuck you
this
just say, bro?
movie
You said
openly
a bunch
puts
of
it out
nothing.
there that those
You have to watch the movie in order to understand what he
I
said.
mean, I understand the dude was weird. When he was talking about going to the
Basically
island or something,
said he met somebody that's in them type of circles, and they asked him to do a job for him or whatever, and then he basically joked around with them and shit, but then they wasn't joking, I guess. You'd have to watch the movie to understand, because I don't think he showed us the full clip that was in the movie. But if you sit down and actually watch the movie, you will understand that part a little more. He basically just saying that them people that he was talking to, that he was hanging with at the time, that had him do the job, they kind of already knew what was going to happen, in a sense. Basically what he was saying.
yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch this motherfucker.
But yeah, let's get back to it.
who run the world are a part of an evil cabal. He also mentions the fact that these people are warned in advance about events like this in order to prepare. In another scene, Mahershala Ali also tells Ethan Hawke that what was going on in the movie was a three-part plan created to destroy a country. The obvious reason they're able to warn their own people about this is because they're the ones behind these things happening in the first place. In the movie, America is being cyber-attacked by several outside forces who oppose America. There's a scene with Kevin Bacon where they talk about these flyers that drones are dropping from the sky. These flyers have messages on them in foreign languages. This is when they realize it could be several countries attacking them. As Kevin Bacon stated something around the lines of, "It looks like all the countries that have problems with America teamed up to attack." This means this
Why did I just read an article about some shit like this yesterday? I was on I was on Facebook and I saw a video where somebody was like, why isn't nobody speaking on this? And then when I clicked on it, it was basically talking about how the FBI is saying that the threats are from other countries are higher than they ever been.
Yeah, because
shit like
America's
that.
got a lot of beef with a lot of countries, bro.
Aware of the new terror threat here in the U.S. amid Israel's war with Hamas. Tonight, FBI Director Christopher Wray now telling Congress that he has never seen so many elevated threats all at exactly the same time. And how he answered today when asked about the warning signs before 9/11 and what the threat is now. Here's Pierre Thomas.
Today, the FBI director was asked point blank if the terror threat in the U.S. is as bad as it was before 9/11. His answer, deeply disturbing.
All the lights were blinking red before 9/11. Apparently, obviously, all of us missed it. Would you say that there's multiple blinking red lights out there?
I see blinking lights everywhere I turn.
Since the Israel-Hamas war started, Chris Wray says the terror threat is at a whole nother level, with a number of terror groups, including ISIS and Al-Qaeda, using social media to call for attacks, including right here in the U.S. The DOJ also seeing a spike in threats against the Muslim community and a stunning increase in threats aimed at Jewish Americans since October 7th.
So, yeah, man, this shit's real.
Yeah, and it's weird that you seen that shit not too long after this movie dropped.
This movie is essentially about the start of World War III. What's interesting about this is if you saw my video on Albert Pike, then you would know that he wrote about 3 great wars that needed to happen in order to bring in the New World Order. There are other scenes that refer to the start of the New World, like the scene where the son's teeth started falling out of his mouth. It is believed that dreaming about teeth falling out of your mouth is a sign of rebirth for a
He had got some type of disease during the movie. I don't really know too much about this shit, but I'm gonna go ahead and read it though. It says, a symbol of rebirth. Psychologist Carl Jung theorized that teeth falling out represents childbirth or spiritual rebirth. Dreaming about losing teeth can often represent a need to be reborn or to be whatever.
I dream about losing my teeth all the time.
Damn, CJ, you for real?
Yeah, bro, I be reborn all day, bro. Every time I wake up, I'm a new nigga. It's like,
Or to
nah.
reinvent yourself.
This is
It's
exactly
okay.
what this movie is showing. It shows the events that would end the old order of life and begin the new order. It shows the world going through a death and rebirth. This is again why on the poster it states that there's no going back to normal. What was considered normal was destroyed to bring in the new. The next big thing that caught my attention with this movie was all the TV show Friend references throughout the movie. During the beginning of the movie, the daughter Rose is watching
Now, I thought this was very interesting with what how they did with this friendship, because she really could have been watching any other show, but this has a lot. I feel like this has a lot of symbolism within itself, only because during the movie, the internet goes out, so there's no internet.
Right.
So if you watch the movie, Shorty is tripping the entire movie.
Who
bro.
tripping the entire movie? The girl
This
that's
little girl
watching?
right here, she be tripping the entire movie because she was watching Friends, the show Friends, and she was on the last episode. And during the time she was watching the last episode, the internet had cut off because of all the bullshit that was going on. And this is why I try to tell people, you gotta not get too attached to being on the internet all the time, because I feel like if something does happen like this, and we don't have any internet, people are gonna lose their fucking minds, dog. I swear to you.
Crazy.
Friends on her tablet, but the internet ends up going out while she is watching the final episode. Rose then becomes concerned about how the last episode of Friends ends, which is ironically titled The Last One. She asked her mother, Julia Roberts, and she didn't answer her. Throughout the movie, Rose keeps asking about how does the show end, and nobody answers her. With the actual movie ending with Rose sneaking into a bunker in the neighbor's home where she finds a Friends DVD and plays it right as the movie ends. This instantly stuck out to me immediately. All these Friends references to me pointed to Matthew Perry. What makes this even stranger was the fact that Julia Roberts actually used to date Matthew Perry. And what makes that even more strange is that Matthew Perry actually passed away on Julia Roberts' birthday. The movie seems...
Boom. Boom, bro.
What the
When he
fuck?
said that shit, bro, that shit had me thinking too, right? Out of all the TV shows this little girl could have been watching, why this one? Why this show? Right? Like, not too long after this nigga passes away. It's very, very strange, bro. And Julia Roberts did used to date this nigga.
to
So it's
focus
weird.
on Friends so much throughout the
Hell
entire
yeah.
movie
And,
that it would
Julia Roberts so happens to be a main character in this movie. It's fucking crazy, bro.
make you think it was done after he passed, but that's not the case.
I chose St. George's University School of Medicine because at the time that I wanted to go into
Matthew passed away in October 2023. This movie was finished filming in May of 2022. It was released in November of 2023. It
After
wouldn't
he
be
died.
possible for them to put this scene in the movie afterwards. Remember, this movie is made from a book. And what's crazy is, this scene isn't even in the book. In the book, the movie ends with Rose bringing food and supplies back to George's house. But in the movie,
They did this shit on purpose, is what he's telling you. Because in the book, she's not watching Friends. In the book, she goes to the bunker. Because she found this bunker. Whatever the hell they call it. A bunker or whatever.
I would say bonker.
A bonker.
I'm going bonkers.
I'm going bonkers in the bunker.
What you said though?
But she found the bunker or whatever, and then she had a bunch of food. It had a bunch of food and supply in it. She took all the food and supply and brought it back to to her family's, the crib that her family was staying at or whatever. In the book, it had nothing to do with her watching the TV show Friends, so they just put that shit in this movie.
They just wanted to.
Strategically.
Oh, God.
They ended with the Friends theme song. There is an important reason they keep highlighting Friends in the movie. You can't tell me it's just a coincidence this movie has all these Friend references. Just 1 month after Matthew Perry passed. I kept thinking to myself, was Matthew Perry trying to hint at something like what's happening in this movie actually happening? Remember, before he passed, he posted several strange pictures where he was showing bat signs and saying he was coming to the rescue. Was he referring to something coming? The Friends TV show is brought up in the movie that would be released just 1 month after his passing. These references were put in the movie for a reason. All of these actors in the movie clearly appear to be Masonic puppets. Ethan Hawke, the husband in the movie, is seen doing the one-eye symbolism, showing he took the Masonic oath. We can see several photos of Ethan showing the one-eye symbolism, just like we can see with Mahershala Ali. Also,
Yeah,
doing
there's
the
no
one-eye
coincidence to
symbolism,
this,
pointing
because
to the
like,
Masonic
what
order.
kind of pose is that? I'm covering my eye.
It's a strategic pose, nigga.
Cover
They pledging their allegiance,
Let me
nigga.
cover my eye. It's just a tough ass pose. I mean, the photographer could have told them to do it too.
The photographer's in on it.
Like, put your finger right here, like this.
Can't just anybody be a photographer for these types of people, bro.
All right.
It's the same with Julia Roberts, as she drew an eye on her hand in this photo. Also in this photo, she is wearing a jacket with her serpent on it, leading to the Masonic all-seeing eye. Again, pointing to the Masonic order. I think we should take a closer look into Julia Roberts. If you want to see that, comment Julia Roberts below. To me, this movie connects back to all the end-time symbolism being shown back in September. This is the imagery they want to put out. I believe it could all be pointing to the end of the old order of life that would make way for the new Masonic world.
Now, did you see that scene where this is the scene I was talking about.
Old order of life that would make
this scene right here.
As a Teslas?
Yeah. So basically, when I was watching the movie, right, the family, well, because there's two different families. The Sam, the nigga that looked like Sam, the Sam that we know. Shout out to you, Sam. Sam and his daughter or whatever was at the house.
Family.
Yeah. So this family decided they was gonna jump ship. They was gonna leave, and they was gonna just leave. They just gonna leave the house because there was a lot of tension between both of the families. Because she didn't trust the black dude and his daughter that came into the, you know what I mean. So they planned on leaving. So they said they was gonna take the highway or whatever. But when they was driving, getting ready to hit the highway or whatever, all they seen was a whole bunch of cars just jammed up together. And when she got out the car to look, all of the cars were Teslas. And when she read the Teslas, it says that it was on autopilot or whatever.
So they all just driving.
All the Teslas are driving. There's nobody in the car. So all the Teslas just kind of just ran into each other in a sense. And it just caused like a whole jam. It was like a whole jam or whatever. And when I thought about that shit, I'm like, yo, why do they want us to transition to electric cars so bad? Because you do know, once the internet stops working, the electric cars stop working as well. So this is her getting back into the car because all these Teslas are just coming down.
Just like
coming down. Nobody's driving these cars. The cars are just driving, just crashing.
Waiting to crash.
So she had to basically make a U-turn and basically dodge the cars and shit to kind of go back to the crib without getting hit. When you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I thought that was very interesting, though.
Make way for the new Masonic world. Everything in this movie points to this change, from the teeth falling out the brother's mouth to the shirt that says obey, which points to a totalitarian future they want to enable. This movie was full of these obvious references. Let me know what you guys thought about this movie below.
Did you see you seen Elon Musk had commented on the movie?
What he said?
He says because when they said that, because you see the way they did the Teslas and shit.
Yeah.
He says, I don't remember what he said, but he said something about that shit.
He probably was tight. He
was tight. He was.
My Tesla's not doing that.
He was tight, but a lot to unpack, man. A lot to unpack, bro.
Nah, I'm definitely gonna watch that motherfucker now.
It's a lot, bro. And towards the end of the movie, you see the dude with the hat and shit. In the beginning of the movie, you could see him stocking up on shit. He was stocking up on water. He was stocking up on a bunch of shit. So he already knew what was coming or whatever. But if something like this is really going to go down, bro, us as people, we really have to be prepared because realistically speaking, the only person that you're going to be able to rely on is you and your family.
Okay.
Like, because when shit like this happens, bro, because I kind of compare this shit to like the vid, you know, the big C event. The frequency among the masses was at an all-time low at the time. Niggas didn't want to be around each other. Niggas didn't really want to help each other. Niggas didn't want to do nothing for anybody besides themselves and their family and shit. And I think that's kind of what's going to happen if some shit like this do go down. So niggas would really have to be prepared, bro. But I think when it comes to being prepared for an event like this, we really have to learn how to not be on the internet because there won't be any internet.
There won't be no internet. Really probably won't be no phones.
Nothing, bro.
It's gonna get real outside.
I mean, you can,
especially if it's a cyber attack.
Yeah, I mean, when I watch the movie and shit, they could still play music and all that extra shit.
They can make phone calls?
No, you can't make phone calls, nothing.
But you
can listen to music and shit or whatever, but you can't do anything else besides that with your phone. You can set timers and shit and all that, but realistically, you just could not go on the internet. There was no internet.
Shit.
And they've gotten us so conditioned to being on the internet all the time, 24/7, to where I couldn't even imagine what people would even act like if they didn't have it. You know what I mean? Lot to unpack, man. But
whole lot of unpacking. Like I just came back from
this
Turks and Caicos or DR or some shit.
What, nigga? This is predictive programming at its all-time high. But that's really all we got for y'all, man. Y'all go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch y'all fuck ass niggas on the next one, man. Peace out, y'all. Peace, man.
Boah, 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 boah.